If you've been watching or listening to the podcast for quite a while now, you know I don't normally do this sort of thing. It's mainly just to say sorry. I know that the content I've been putting out and the episodes I've released may have dropped, and I wanted again to apologise for you guys listening and watching because you deserve better. See, I started this podcast because ages ago I knew what I wanted to do. I had my career mapped out, I knew I wanted to work for Jaguar, I knew that I wanted to be a mechanical engineer, but sadly, they cancelled the course. And so I then looked to do the next thing, and tuner school in America seemed great. All I had to do was save up 14 grand for 14 weeks. I could go and live my dream of being a tuner. Car guy, whatever that is. And so I started saving up, but then lockdown hit. And I was gutted. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was lost. But then over lockdown, as you do, you think, you ruminate. And I came up with this podcast. You see, it's been so hard for me to get into the automotive industry. I've not really knew what I wanted to do, the avenues I wanted to take. I've not really been able to put into thought. And then I thought, wait a second, why don't I just talk to the people that have made it? Why don't I find out the secrets they've unlocked and learned through years of the industry and share it with people? Because if there was a resource like this when I was in school, and I knew that all I had to do was go watch a few videos, listen to a few people, and I could find exactly what I could do in the industry that I loved, well, why wouldn't I? And so that's why I've partnered up with Deshesa and Ali. So Deshesa is a motorsport themed YouTube channel, and he's been behind the scenes growing the channel to over 90,000 subscribers. And when he came along and asked me if he'd like to partner up because he loved the podcast, well, I jumped to the offer because who wouldn't? Now we're working between me and him to create and give you guys the best conversations. So behind the scenes, we're working on getting the best guests, working on the production quality, working on the videos, because I look at it and I go, I spent my time, I don't know what I'm doing. I've only been doing it for a year. And so why not get someone that's got a bit more help and a bit more success to help you guys get the best that you deserve? And so with that being said, you can find the Ignition podcast now on YouTube and Spotify. So if you're listening to this and wondering, I didn't know there was videos, well, there are. So go check them out. The YouTube channel was called Deshesa. And if you want some clips of the best conversations we've had, go on to Ignition podcast clips on YouTube as well. So with that being said, my name's Harry, and this is the Ignition podcast. Thank you for listening and watching, I guess.